Good morning, everybody. Our speaker today is a highly experienced facilitator, coach, and consultant with over 15 years of experience in various sectors, including corporate government, healthcare, FMCG, and NFP. She holds a Master's of Applied Positive Psychology from Melbourne University, which adds to her expertise in transferring the science of well-being to make it applicable to the workplace. She works for an international company with offices in Australia, New Zealand, and the United States. Their goal is to assist you to maximize your most valuable asset, your people and team. The company was established in 2009 to create a bridge between evidence-based research and pragmatic and commercial solutions in modern, fast-paced organizations. The key values and principles are: be real, be a difference maker, create trust, be courageous, and find the fun. That sounds like all of us. So let's welcome Simone.
Oh, Simone doesn't need to speak now, does she?
No, I don't.
Is that good?
That's better than I can do. Do I need something else to this? Or should that be here?
Oh, hang on. Yeah. Is that on?
I don't know.
Sorry about this.
Is that the microphone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is yours on there? Oh, that's on there? Yeah.
Is that on?
Yeah, that's on there now. Is it right?
Okay. Alright. Is this the clicker?
Oh, yeah, that's a clicker. Yeah. Yes, your time.
Ready, set, go? Okay. Excellent. Welcome everyone to the meeting today. I'm Simone. It kind of feels odd. There are a few new faces here, but it feels weird saying your name all the time sometimes. But anyway, I'm Simone Outteridge and I work for Steople, Success Through People, so remember that. We are a group of organisational psychologists and organisational development specialists helping make great places to work. And all the other awesome things that Marion said. You might be familiar with these photos. I was a bit lazy and haven't updated anything. So this is my family and all the things I love. Unfortunately, our little dog Dexter's not with us anymore, but still love him. So I love making and decorating cupcakes. I love the beach. These are my kids who are a bit older than that now, and my husband James. And I also have been, when I first came to Gold Coast, I've been here for about 3 years. One of the first things I did was find a gym, and I was lucky enough to find a great community in the gym that I go to. We are friends, we go away, we do all kinds of things together, so I love going to the gym as well. So like Marion said, Steople is all about marrying the evidence-based research, so that the science of psychology, so why we do the things we do, the science of how people operate in organisations, positive psychology, all kinds of things really that help us kind of, I suppose in some ways, demystify us as humans and give us a little bit more insight into why we do the things we do, why we work the ways we work, why we get on with someone maybe and we don't get on with somebody else. So we're about taking that research, which if you've ever done a degree where you've had to read research, can be pretty boring, and we give it to you in ways that are practical and applicable at work so that you can utilise them. And hopefully, one of our 3 pillars there is engaging, so hopefully a lot, it's engaging for you as well. I'm going to run you through just basically what we do, and then I'm going to share with you one of the tools that we use today and just a part of it, because we've only got 10 minutes. Usually it takes a couple of hours, but we essentially at Steople will look at your strategy. So do you have the right business strategy? Do you even have a business strategy? Because some people don't. Do you have vision and purpose? Do you have those types of things in place? Then are you recruiting the right people? So we don't recruit people, but we provide assessments for recruitment. So psychometric testing that can give some really amazing insight into candidates and can help when you're looking at 2 or 3 people. It can help you get some insights into those people and make a decision. It is not the thing to make a decision on, though. It is just a piece of the puzzle, but it's very fascinating. And the recruitment the assessment we use, it can tell you if the person's over exaggerating their abilities. It was quite fascinating when I first came across doing a report for someone, and this person on their report was just not matching up with who they were in real life. So it was very fascinating. Once you've got the right people on board, then we look at, are we developing them properly? So everyone needs some development. I see you all as an onion, and you're ever unfolding, and the layers are never ending. So, you might peel a layer, learn something about yourself, develop and grow. And so we need to constantly be doing that, and we need to do that for our people as well. The workplace is an opportunity to help people, learn about themselves, build their skills, and essentially it's helping them to be better people or perform at their best, which has a positive effect on the bottom line of the business. So we look at, do leadership development, team development, executive coaching. So are you developing your people well? Are you helping them thrive? So there's a few of us in this organisation that have got pos-psych backgrounds or positive psychology backgrounds, and so we have a big, perspective on taking a strengths-based approach and looking at those types of things and well-being essentially. So positive psychology is the science of well-being. So we look at, are your people thriving? What do they need in order to do that? Because the research tells us that people who are engaged and have high levels of well-being at work are more productive, and good leaders have an effect on people's well-being at work. So it all goes hand in hand. It's not separate. We take parts of those. And then with people who might be being made redundant, we also do career transition coaching. So we will help people to, find their next roles, get clear on what it is that they want to do next. I'm working with someone at the moment who she hasn't had to write a resume for 15 years because she's just always been internally promoted. So things like that can be something, simple like that. Okay. So, and we have a positive behaviour change model which underpins everything we do, which is this one here. So we always start with awareness, creating that awareness, because when you know better, you do better. We have to have a desire as well. So, if you don't have any motivation at all to invest in some learning or change or anything like that, then it's not going to work. Desire can sometimes be the hardest thing to work with someone on. But once we've got all that, then we will build your skills, give you some time to practice, have feedback and measure, is what I've put in place actually helping me achieve the outcomes that I want? And if not, do some tweaking and come back. So it's in a circle here. It's not really a linear process or a circular process. Sometimes we get awareness, we've got a bit of desire, we do the skills and we get scared, and then our desire wanes. So, we kind of, we'll dance around that circle a little bit. So essentially that's basically the crux of what we do here at Steople. What I wanted to share with you today was one of the tools that we use quite a lot with organisations, and everybody loves it. So, everybody loves learning about themselves and finding out things about themselves, but this particular tool we get the most positive feedback on, and it's called the Herrmann Brain Dominance Instrument, or HBDI. It is a thinking styles tool. It's not a normative assessment, and what that means is that if you are, if you rank here on the chart, for example, and you're meant to be there, like the normal part is up there, then there's something not normal about you, essentially, in layman's terms. But this is not a normative assessment, right? There's no right or wrong. There's no you should be thinking that way, you should be thinking a different way. So it also takes into account neurodivergent thinking as well, because we all have different thinking styles. It is in a 4-quadrant. So yes, we are all different. Yes, we all have different ways of thinking, but we all have patterns as well, and we all can have a dominant way of thinking, and then less dominant ways of thinking. Or some people are what we would call whole brain and be able to access all the 4 quadrants. So essentially what this talks about is we have thinking styles in the blue. So there'll be those people that are more logical, fact-based, evidence-based, quantitative. So, you know, if I'm going to draw a broad stroke of brushes, think accountants, people in finance, that type of thing. Typically, those types of people, you know, will be more of that blue brain thinking. Then, which is the A. Then we get down to the B, which is those people that are quite organised, sequential, like a process, like a step-by-step, thank you. You know, like to have checklists and that type of thing. So they're more about so these people are the what and these people are the how, if you think about it that way. Then we've got the red style thinking, which is that kinesthetic, interpersonal. You know, you might find people like to talk a lot, they'll touch you, they're really interested in, you know, the who, so the people side of things. They can be emotional, not that you fall into a pile of tears or anything, but, you know, empathetic, you can kind of tap into how people are feeling. And then the D type thinkers are those visionaries, big picture. They're able to take two different concepts and create something new. They will, you know, they're intuitive, they're holistic, so they're really about, you know, what's the vision, essentially, and they're the why people. So if we look at buying a car, the how people are going to be looking at, you know, how many miles or how many kilometres do I get out of this car for the amount of petrol I put in. The green thinkers, or the how people are thinking, is what's the safety rating? Is it, you know, safe enough? Will it fit on my family? Will it get me from A to B where I want to go in the way that I want to do that? The red type of thinkers are thinking about, how does this car make me feel? How will other people, you know, what will other people say about me? Do I look good in this car? That type of thing. And then the yellow type of thinkers are thinking about, where are the mod cons? Like, is this innovative? Is this the next step in, you know, car development? And so essentially you've got people who are more abstract thinking. So I call it like cognitive thinkers, and people who are more grounded. So like in your body, which is that concrete emotion, action, instinct type of thinkers. Now within that, there's different, have I got something? No. So within that, there's different kind of clusters of the way people think as well. So for example, me, I don't have a very strong thinking preference in the green, but I love a checklist. But I'm just not detail oriented. I will forget things, I'll have mistakes, I will, you know, miss medics, all that stuff. Whereas here, I'm very, very, very red. We have a thinking style when we are feeling okay, and then we also have a thinking style under pressure, and so you'll notice your thinking change. So when we do this tool, there's a quadrant, looks like a spider's web, and you know, obviously we give a bit more information into that. But it's fascinating when you can do this in a team or with other people to see, oh, actually, so the colleague that I work with here in Queensland, for example, she's very green, and I'm not so green. So we need to, you know, we take that into account with each other. So I do a bit more, you know, proof checking and things before I send her things, and she gives me a bit of a break over the things that I missed. So, you know, so it's understanding, okay, these are our strengths and weaknesses, and how can we play to those? So yeah, so it's a bit of an insight into the talk. Now, I'm looking for connections to these people, so I'll put the name on the board in case anybody knows them. You just never know. So Kim from Riviera Australia, Carly from Gilmore Space Agency, just because I think they'd be fun to work with. Madonna from Kinetic, and anyone in the L&D section of Gold Coast City Council would be helpful. And I'm always up for coffee, so if you would like to have coffee and maybe find out a bit more about that tool, and I can give you a sample report and run you through it, please let me know, and coffee's on me.
Well, we'll all have a coffee this morning then.